Alright, in this video we're going to talk about something called the Angel's Cocktail. It is a methodology, or per se a theory if you want, that I heard about in a TED Talk a while back, and I started putting it into action. I started using that method in my speeches, in conversations, when I'm trying to tell stories, for example, and it works like magic. Now it's called the Angel's Cocktail. And in that cocktail, there are 3 elements. You're not going to expect it, but the Angel's Cocktail refers to 3 elements that are based on biology. We say biology, we say hormones, or in other words, emotions, how people are feeling. It has oxytocin, endorphins, and dopamine. Now, dopamine is a hormone that when released, there's usually a short burst of motivation towards instant gratification. There is excitement, there is a fight or flight. So anything that's exciting, anything that gets people moving, anything that gets people on edge, right? That's dopamine. And you want to start by saying something that would give people a burst of dopamine because it acts like a hook. It makes people curious, it makes people excited to want to learn more. When you watch movies, right, blockbuster movies, the movie always starts with one intense, dramatic moment, right? It doesn't start with a kid on the bike. These are like average movies, right? It starts with a kid on the bike listening to music, and then they go talk to somebody. But blockbuster movies, it starts with the most dramatic moment. The same applies for email marketing. If you get somebody new on your email list, and you want them to be hooked in a second, send them an email that stimulates dopamine, something that's exciting, a scary story or an exciting story or something interesting. Because as soon as they feel this dopamine rush, they will be hooked and they will be curious to know more. Now, once you got their attention and you're talking, there's this tension. Now, how do you break tension? Humor. Humor ties up to endorphins. When people start laughing, you start releasing endorphins in their body and the tension starts to break. They start trusting you. They start listening to you a lot more comfortably. So you start with the dopamine burst, with a little hook, something that makes them curious. Then you want to add a little bit of flavor, humor to it to break down the tension. And you want to finish off with oxytocin. Give them a power statement. Something inspirational, something influencing, something that gets them all in their feelings, right? And if you really want to go into how to really apply the Angel's Cocktails on a daily basis in average and normal conversations, it's going to take you a while, obviously, to get the hang of understanding what you need to say and how it's going to make them feel and what you need to say after. So I'm going to give you a quick example here on how you can use the Angel's Cocktail in a conversation scenario. I'm going to take a bad example. Hopefully this would never happen. Let's say you got into a car accident and you're trying to tell your friend about it. And you have a person who can come up to their friend and be like, hey, I got into a car accident, it was snowing a lot, and now my car is wrecked. Okay, that's not a story. You just literally told events. You want to put it in a story. You go to your friend and you're worried, like, man, I had a long day. Like, what happened? There, hook, dopamine. They saw that there is something that happened, that you're not feeling that great, right? And this gave this dopamine burst. Now they're hooked, they want to listen to you, they're curious. And then you want to break the tension. You say, don't worry, I'm not going to jail, right? And then they start laughing. They're like, I know, but what happened? So what happened here is that you got them really curious, and they thought that, oh my God, what happened? They thought about the worst case scenario, and then you joked about it. You broke down the tension. Now they're curious, but there's no tension. They're listening to you. And then you start telling your story, right? Or before telling your story, you want to make it even better. Put in a hint of oxytocin. Oxytocin is this hormone that makes people feel all up in their feelings, all empathetic. It's what makes us bond as a society. And you can start, before telling them about the accident, you can be like, you know, I really appreciate you being a friend of mine and really listening to me. And now not only are they listening and they're curious, but they actually care. And you start telling your story and what happened. You had an accident And you're gonna see their reaction that as if it happened to them, and that they could feel what you're feeling because you connected with them on such a deep level that even a simple conversation turned into a moment that they might look back and remember. Okay, that's it for that video. Think about it, get creative with the Angel's Cocktail and use it, because when it comes to storytelling, it's gonna take your game to a whole new level. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.